welcome to the Brick Creek. Today with another intro here from my computer, and I am the web page from one of my longest partners and best partners, Your World of Building Blocks. I believe most of you know the company now, and now they are bringing mocks to us. They are called Yourbricks. This is the 10001 Rx-93 Gundam. 2,739 pieces, over 57 centimeters high, it says here, and 99% Yourbricks pieces, so that's very nice. It's authorized, so that's very nice too. So let's have a look. So this is the Gundam. I try to assemble now for you, and this looks very weird, strange and mind-bending, because everything is on one side here from these rockets, panels, I don't know. And yes, man oh man, okay. I just show you the photos now here, and wow, that looks crazy. That looks really, really crazy. Okay, it seems to be very heavy. Okay, I've never seen anything of Gundam, but it looks really, really nice. And I'm really excited if this will go so well together like here on the pictures. Especially this here. That looks, if it's only attached here or something and everything goes up to this side. Okay, we will see. But it looks, these are real photos. This is not render pictures, so it must be achievable. Yeah, definitely no render photos. Oh, okay. Perhaps this is not the only one we are seeing in the near future. Okay, this is it. Okay. So we have no really building steps or bigger building parts. So I decided to start to hold on after body parts. So feet, angle here, ball joint, and here this goes up, so the ball joint goes in here, and we have together a foot with the jump angle. I don't know what's it called in the English language, you know what I mean. So far, really nice. The instructions are great. The quality of the parts is great. The assembly design is great. And it makes really a lot of fun. This is very, very compact in the end. There's not much space inside our mech in the end. So this will be very compact, very heavy, but I hope it's looking very cool, but it makes a lot of fun to build. So I assemble this and show you. So one big design flaw in the beginning. So you've seen the joint here, the big joint part, the lower part of the leg, and this is whole finished, and then you have to only put in this here. So now you see how many space you have, how many room there is. None. It's not possible to get this in here when you have finished all this. So I had to rebuild everything, get rid of the side, get a knife, got the bricks, a little room, put this in, put the whole thing together. Cost me 5 minutes, so you can save that, these 5 minutes. And the other design flaw is here, this here. There's always a gap, because this is a slope on the side. And to get rid of the gap, you need just a 1x2 plate in black 4 times, or you ignore it. So this here lower leg after the ankle for both sides, obvious. Then 2 knee joints and a hip. With here the connections for the balls. Okay, next I show you all together. After the assembly of the knee joint and the hips and everything, next is this big plate here. It's just 4 1x8 followed by 3 1x8 and 2 1x4 followed from 4 1x8 and so on and so on and so on. In the middle we build in here, we insert a little stand here too. Yeah, and then we place it fixed with one Technic pin without friction, so we can move it here, replace the hips, and so our Gundam has a solid stand that really looks stealthy. Okay. Next step is give him here some plates to hide the joints. Looks absolutely okay. You can move them a little bit at the angle and so on, like expected. In the background is the noise, the annoying voice is the dishwasher. And here the rest of the torso, upper body, the connections for the arms and for the head. This is really heavy because it's mostly out of a lot of heavy bricks. So I'm really happy that he has some base in an annoying place, but without them he would make the Jean-Claude Van Damme anniversary. In German it's called Spagat. I don't know what's the English version for this is. For the side movement 180 degrees or E290, you know what I mean, the Jean-Claude Van Damme move. And together it looks so. Okay. Next is the head. Now the head is already done. And he's a little bit fragile. You really have to take care when assembly, because sometimes you can't get or can't bring on counter pressure. So up here, very easy, very cool. Here a little bit more difficult, but still very cool to build. And yes, now comes the upper part of the arms, lower part of the arms, and perhaps the weaponry or the weapons. Well, next building steps lying in front of me. This is the shoulder, I believe. These are the shoulder pads, like in the 80s movies. The John Hughes comedies out of these days, I love them. This must be the upper part of the arm. Oh no, this is shoulder and upper part, lower part, hands. Okay, so I attach them and show you in the next take. So the last building steps here are lying in front of me. We have, which seems a weapon, sword, laser cannon weapon, perhaps like in Halo, but not in transparent blue, a plasma, I don't know. But it's attached to the forearm. So, okay. This looks like a rifle or blaster. This looks like a thruster for the back of our mech. And now is the part that are 6 of these 4 long for each side, and this for the middle. This comes all to the back of our mech. And yes, that was not nice to build. On the first, you're thinking, okay, that was interesting. On the second, you're thinking, oh man, I have so many pieces here. I believe I have to build this much more than I like. And yes, that's the case. You build here 6 times nearly the same. That was a little bit exhausting, and you feel your lifetime's running away. But okay, we've done it, and in the next shot will be, or the next take will be the review, and I'll show you the whole things assembled on our Gundam mech. Okay. And so, after the end montage and 13 hours of building, sweating, and sometimes swearing, our Rx-93 Gundam, 93 V Gundam. There are endless iterations of the suit, and okay, I've done it. It's not easy, the end montage, I can assure you. Show you here. It's a little bit fragile, so I decided to use the turntable. It holds, you see, this one. These are kind of rockets. They can detach and form a U and attack other mechs, suits, or can form together an energy shield to shield this suit. And yes. And one of them is here as a pillar. I asked me, why is this here? And yes, after I finished it, I know why. Because this is a lot of weight. These, I say panels. Panels are rockets. Okay, these structures, they are heavy. And they are really, without this pillar or without using this here, this socket, it is so heavy. Because this is around 1,000 pieces here, what you see. These 6 rockets. And they are so heavy, it brings out the pin on the pin joint, on the joint here in the middle, on the hip, and the whole thing fell over. It's really, really heavy, so now I know why using a pillar. Okay, I measured it. I measured it 10 minutes ago in the German version and already forget, so I know I'm getting old. We are at 36 centimeters in width. I believe we were at 50 in height. Yes, 50 in height, and the depth of the black blade here is 27 centimeters. So this is, wow, it's big and it looks mind-blowing because it's asymmetric. That's always a little bit stressing for our brains if something is not symmetrical. And it has a lot of details and angles and everything, so this is really eye-catching and astonishing. I never seen one episode of Gundam. I know it's a mech suit robot series like Transformers or like the Pacific Rim movies. I believe more than Pacific Rim because there are people inside. Pacific Rim is a suit and the Transformers are, yes, transformable robots. This here is driven by manpower or women power. Yes, that's the difference. Okay, I don't know anything about it. If you knew anything about Gundam or this version, the Rx-93, please tell us in the commentary section. I'm curious. I've seen 1 or 2 minutes just to look how this is looking in the anime series, because I can't. If you've never seen this suit, this is, you can't believe everything is on one side, because it's very, very stressing for the set. And so I watched on YouTube and I seen yes, it's really hanging on one side. Okay, it's not really difficult to arrange this symmetrical around his whole back. That's easy to do. So if you want to redesign these rockets, these panels, that's easy. But if you do it, I don't know if you need the pillar function, because I don't think he is falling back so much than falling to the side, because on this side he has the much more heavier weapon too. So if this shield and laser cannon, if this would be on the other side, would be the better decision. But in the original it's on this side, so it had to be. But weight, counterbalance wise, it would be better here. Perhaps we won't need a pillar then, but I'm not sure, and I don't try. Okay, I'm happy this here stands. This is a display set for grown-ups. This is not a child set, not a toy, not a play set. This is really for fans. They've seen the Gundam series in their youth and want this here in the brick form, because they are really cool Hasbro other toys. It's enough toys on the market to play with this here. This is really a very special group of people who like the Gundams and want to build them their own and not use a toy from Hasbro. Okay, but it's amazing. Okay, this is Yourbricks 1001. It's 99% Yourbricks pieces. I don't know which 1% is not Yourbricks. We have 2,793, and you see it's around $130. So it's around 5 point something percent. That's not cheap, but this is a hand-packed set. Lei only bought between 2,000 or 3,000 sets, so this is hand-packed, and that's the reason it is a little bit more expensive, and you have no instructions. You have to use the PDF instructions. Okay. The build itself, 90% great, really, absolutely. So till you have to attach the jetpack, the thruster pack, because it holds very well, because only the thruster pack here is holding a third of the weight of the set. But you have pushed the pieces together, because they are not connected with the studs, they are connected with the other side, and so you have really to push on top and at the bottom to bring it in, and that's not easy. That's the first thing. You really need some experience. So this is not a set for beginners, definitely no. If you're new here to the channel, welcome. And if you're new and thinking, you only see, it's Gundam, Google Gundam, and okay, I want a brick set of Gundam, and you never built a brick set, don't buy this. You will hate it. You will hate it. Please don't. If you're an experienced builder, and especially if you build 1 or 2 mocks and only on PDF, then it's okay. But if you're new to the game, then buy something else, please. Yes. Then, after the thruster is attached, then you bring on the panels. And on my version there's a little mistake, because the thruster packs is 2 pieces. They are connected with a ball joint, no, not with a ball joint, with a joint. And I have the version that rotates to the left and to the right and not up and down. If I had the version that goes up and down, this here I could bring it up a little bit higher, and it would look a little bit more, not so hanging to the side. Because, okay, it would hang in every case because it's very heavy, but I can adjust it a little bit. So if you buy this, you will have the right joints, because Lei checked every other package and they are all right, because I had other parts, and so I used other parts here. And in the arms it doesn't matter. Here it matters a little bit, because I can push against the hanging. But to bring on these rockets and panels to the thruster is, yes, it's a little bit It's not frustrating, but you need a little bit experience and patience. And be aware that you always have this here standing. Because if this here goes to the side, the whole weight of 1,000 pieces, chuck. You know, gravity always will win. Okay. Yes, I mean, like I said, 90%, because only the last 10% of the construction, if you attach everything here. The building of the last panels and the attachment of the panels. This is a little bit frustrating, but the rest is really great. The mech itself, or the suit, is really great to build. Really pleasure. Okay, piece quality, so it's Yourbricks like Mold King, Xinyu and a lot of other companies, so we have no problem with the high clutch power. This here you can only build with very, very, very good pieces. With average pieces or bad pieces, the whole thing will crash. Okay, so I make now a little cut, detach the rockets, so I can move the arms better and everything and show you what it's capable of. Okay, now it's a little bit easier if we have here these things to the side. Easier. And you see now he's standing totally straight. Okay, let's come to the functions. It's possible to bend the knee joint, but he's sitting here in the middle fixated, so it makes no sense. We can move the arm, that's no problem. We can move the hand joint, we can move the elbow joint, but what is, if we bring this up a little bit here or something like that, yeah, that's the weight. If we bring this up 90 degrees, and this would even happen with Lego, so that's just the weight. That's too much weight. So this is like the cannon looks, and so this looks like thumb up. We can, so okay, and you see he has really amazing big hands, so he would be one of the best men in the slap contest. I would say he would win. Okay, our little gorgeous Rx-93 Gundam. So okay, you see, it's just too much weight, and that's not a designer's fault. That's you. If you have joints that can handle the weight of the arm and the weapon, it's not easy to move the joint. So with all of the brick-based joints, this here will happen. And of course on the other side, where we have not less weight, even more weight, you see, it looks cool when he has his arms, or his arm and his shield in this position. Yeah, but it's the same. But like I said, this will happen with every supplier of the bricks, even with the good ones, or the manufacturer who thinks he has the best out of Denmark. They are surely not the best, because if you're new to the channel, perhaps, and because you like Gundam and never been before, the company uses that bricks is equal, sometimes superior to Lego, and in some cases a little bit worse than Lego, but mostly on the same level. The clutch power is even higher than Lego meanwhile. So perhaps this are the best bricks for buildable figures. And you can do nothing against gravity. Like I said, here is the thing with the thruster pack, and now you see here the joint. That is the version, I can move it this way, and if I had the other joint and could it move upwards, then the whole structure, the whole mech, the whole Gundam would look a little bit more not torn to the side. The hands are a little bit too big perhaps, but okay, I can live with that. Okay, attached again and gravity again. Okay, we can move the head. Oh, yes. Like I said in the first take, this is a... Okay, you really have to hold the head a little bit and then you can move the joint here. But this is definitely from that what you're seeing the weakest point and the only thing you have to be aware of. The rest, you see it goes down, but everything holds well together. And now after nearly 15 minutes of talking and 20 minutes of assembling, that's the point you already knew this is a display set. Okay, we can definitely move it. It's not so easy to move the upper part. Where's this from? Ah, okay, here. Like you see, the head is... So, can we move the whole thing? Yes. Okay, you see, it's turnable, but not so well with the weapons attached. They're easy to attach. Here you see it's a joint, here 3 pins, and you can move them away, the weapons, and then you can turn around the whole thing. Okay, I don't know what more to say, because I don't know anything about Gundams. Normally this here is 22 meters high and 20 tons heavy, and it's steered by one person. But that's everything I can say. I never seen one episode of the anime or read a manga or anything like that. Okay, so I'm really a little bit here in the void, and if you want to help me, just write something about in the comments for me and the other viewers. That would be nice. If you have some Gundam know-how, please share with us. Okay, I'm really impressed for the first set of Yourbricks. Is this here really well done. It has the head as weak point and the gravity thing here with our jetpack. But if you know that you're buying a display set, then it's okay. And in his hole without the rockets, or with the rockets or the panels or shields or what you would call it, it really looks cool. It really looks cool, and it's eye-catching because it's looking different than anything I have ever seen in the mech universe, because I would normally think it's symmetrical and not on this side so high, so it's really mind-bending a little bit if you're looking longer on it. But I think it's a good set. It has some weak points from stability, and you see here, when you look from above, you really see the joints, everything, but that are... What is here? Okay. The joint is not straight. Ah, I know. So that's not better. But I believe it's one of the best versions I have ever seen of a mech out of bricks. Okay, and the Lego Optimus Prime looks really cool, but this here is really great. Thank you, Lei. This is really a nice and good set. Only display set and only for advanced builders, but it's a really cool looking set. And it looks cool with or without the rockets. It's not cheap, but it's absolutely worth the money, and the instructions are not the best, but I'm pretty sure that Lei will fix this in the near future and just rotate the pictures, and then you have no problem with the assembly. Okay, that was it. Please help me a little bit in the comments. I'm Frank, your brick freak, and I catch you in the next one. Bye bye.